last year was just all workhorse stuff, just getting in there doing my Olympic lifting and heavy metcons, real short, did some longs. But this year though, I've just been trying to incorporate a lot more skill work, longer metcons, and just being more broad range, being more inclusive and more general.
Is that because is that for the game specifically, or just because you just wanted to?
It's because I wanted to. Yeah. It's overall fitness.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I was actually reading that article that Brian McKenzie and some other dude put out about peaking and all that.
Yeah.
They had some great arguments in there. It's just about being fit year round and, you know, just being ready for the games.
Yeah.
If you put us all into competitions throughout the year, all the top guys would place consistently high in all the competitions year round. It's just focusing on that one. I don't think it's really going to tell you who the fittest in the world is anymore in one weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to be as fit as I can across everything.
So you're just trying to be the fittest man in the world on your own?
Yeah. Trying. It's very hard to come by. I mean, it's just be as fit as you can be, you know? That's all it is.
Rudy bet me I wouldn't wear Speedo, so I went and bought Speedo.
Yeah. So you're wearing a Speedo over there?
Hell yeah. And they're surprisingly comfortable.
Yeah.
Last year, it was my first year competing, so I can't complain about it, but I wound up tied for 4th, and last year we got 4 qualifying spots, and then lost the tiebreaker, so I was 5th, which meant 1 spot out of qualifying as an individual. However, that being said, we got to the games as a team, which was awesome, and they announced the first individual workout was Amanda, and I had just gotten my muscle up 1 month prior to regionals, so at that time it was, what, 3-4 months old, and squat snatch has never been one of my biggest strengths, so as soon as they said that, I was like, you know, I wasn't meant to be here this year, you know, I wasn't ready, so I feel a lot more prepared this year.
What'd you do to prepare?
Worked on exactly those things that I just listed. I've been doing muscle-ups like crazy, at least once a week in a workout. Squat snatching, still not awesome at it, but you know, I can get through a workout with it. Feel a lot better about it this year than I did last year. Handstand push-ups, mainly skill and gymnastic stuff, things I didn't get good at very fast. They were kind of lagging behind everything else.
Most of the year I had to take off because of a shoulder injury and a simultaneous back injury, so that made it just hard to train anything, and just kind of focused on growing the business, and we just moved into this nice huge location. We just had our 3rd anniversary, so that's awesome. I had a very short consultation with Kelly Starrett back in the fall, and it was pretty much a slap in the face. He was like, let's see your push-up. That's fucked up. Let's see your pull-up. Yep, guess what? That's fucked up too. Let me see your air squat. Nope, that's wrong too. So I was like, how is this possible? How is it possible that all my shit's fucked up? So I couldn't lift weights at the time, so I just went back to square one. I'm gonna relearn how to air squat. I'm gonna relearn how to do a push-up and pull-up, which basically, you know, all of those things were flawed in that I wasn't really grasping how to organize myself as an athlete from the midline out. Put simply, but that was probably the biggest problem, and now I'm not saying I've mastered it, but I'm definitely getting better at it, and did go to Carl Palley's seminar, which was fantastic, and you know, he works a lot with Kelly Starrett, so it was really interesting to see that. You know, here's how you organize yourself as an athlete, and here's how you take it a step further, and actually put it into application. Here's how you apply it in real time.
Did that change your day in, day out WODs, or did that just change your movements?
Mostly changed my movements. You know, something that is different this year is I think I've been practicing a lot more skills. So there I have, you know, I'll do a dynamic range of motion warm-up, and then I'll do a warm-up that is, you know, it might be muscle-ups, handstand push-ups, pistols, L pull-ups, hollow rocks, anything, you know, it could be snatches, double unders, anything that is kind of a complex movement requires a little more concentration, precision, accuracy. I did get a fan mail. This is from Cody Jones.
Yeah.
Says, "Dear Shayna, aka Unicorn, I'm giving you this for good luck." And there's a little barbell. And then I saw there's an arrow right here.
Yeah.
So let's turn it over. P.S. See you at the games in 2019. That's what they sent me. This is the cutest thing ever. It's brought by these for our crew to wear at the games. This is a paper unicorn horn. So when they're in the stands cheering, they get to wear the...
So that's how they know that.
That's
From what I've heard watching other people's videos, I think I train a bit less than some people do, but basically 3 on 1 off. I've been doing some doubles. Well, I should say I've been doing a double usually the first day of each 3-day cycle. Some days a triple, but not too often. I really just don't want to be overtrained. Last year, I know I was overtrained. I never felt like I recovered. I was tired. Coming in here was like a pain in the ass sometimes, and I didn't want to feel like that. I wanted to always look forward to coming into the gym and working hard. So that's been the basics of the training schedule. And then in terms of what I'm doing, like I mentioned, muscle ups, gymnastics elements, things I needed to work on, those at least once a week, or I guess once every 7-day cycle. And then other than that, my coach has been making surprise WODs to try and mimic the last event of the games last year. So I would come in, warm up, have no clue what I was doing, how many parts it was, what the movements were going to be. And I think that's been good just mentally to know what that feels like and still know you can get through a workout that way. So that's been really good. Other than that, just strength work, regular Metcons, a lot of main site stuff. So.
I don't know if I wouldn't say I was pissed.
Yeah.
It's just those what ifs.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I still get comments about the wheelbarrow and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I got pieces of it at home and sitting in my garage gym. And some buddies of mine up at the garage in Woodstock, the garage CrossFit gym up there, they took the other piece of the wheelbarrow and put it in their gym. And everywhere I go, everybody's always like, "Well, you ready for that wheelbarrow this year?" And I mean, it's a what if, What if I could have done that time like I meant to do that time?
Did you have you gone back and like worked out the math and been like, "Oh, if I had done it in this time, I would have gotten this many points," and blah blah blah?
No, I didn't work out any kind of math at all. I just know what I should have been.
Yeah.
And I mean, Rich and I were in the back whenever they announced that wide, and we both just had these huge smiles on our face because we grew up doing that kind of stuff, that kind of work. And I mean, I took my time just as much as anybody else. I didn't rush it, and I was doing a really good job. And I dumped the wheelbarrow and didn't pack it right, and the legs broke, so it just cost me a lot of points compared to what it should have been. And it was still a great weekend, and still fit. Wish I could have been in the top 10, but that one spot got me.
My entire life revolves around the sport at this point. I own a CrossFit gym. I do CrossFit. My boyfriend does CrossFit. Like, it's what I do as a hobby. It's what I do for a living. And it's, 6 months off gives you a lot of time to think about, why is this so important in my life? What is making this mean so much to me? Ever feeling like you're ever good enough? I think there's a part of me that maybe still feels like I have something to prove. I would be surprised if I were unique in being a female business owner, not feeling like I had something to prove. You big muscular dudes walk into my gym and they're like, "Why should I listen to you? Why should I pick your gym over that other CrossFit gym that's a mile down the street?" And so maybe I'm looking also to lend some credibility to my business. I do the programming here, and I coach all the coaches, and how do they know I know my stuff? Not that the only way to prove that you know your stuff is to win a competition, because it's not. is that the only reason that I do this? Probably not. But that's something that I think I've touched on a little bit or been able to grasp mentally.
How's your job work going?
Work's going good. I finally got the strength conditioning coach position, head title now.
Nice.
And been working with the kids all summer. And we have this year is probably the greatest number of participants we've had as a student body in my high school than ever before. And we just got done doing combine stuff. And I mean, there's some kids at our school. We got one kid, he weighs like 170, and he cleaned 285 the other day, you know. And got another kid, he weighs about 150, maybe not even that, and he cleaned 215 and only been doing it this summer, you know.
Yeah.
And he looked better than most CrossFitters I know that have been doing it for, 2 or 3 years with his clean. I mean, it's just, and seeing their confidence grow and seeing the kids mature and just mature with their attitude in the weight room and being comfortable and confident. Even our, high school cheerleading teams in there, and they know the routine. They can come in there and they can squat and they can clean, they can do everything else. And it's just really fun to see the student athletes in my school start to accept that and want to be part of the and want to be part of the fitness aspect of our strength conditioning program.
Yeah. There's probably no. What have you learned about yourself since you started CrossFit?
I learned I can live through pretty much anything. Like you think things are as bad as they can get in a workout, but you're gonna make it through it. And I've also learned that, like I've been saying, like you can't get caught up in other people. I think a lot of athletes just in general worry too much about like what other people's training is like. Well, you have to make your training for yourself and adapt it to what you need to work on, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and to really not worry about other people. Focus on yourself and do the best that you can. You should be happy with that.
Why do you do CrossFit?
I love it. It's fun. All my friends are here. This has become, this is the highlight of my day. Like I said before, I work from home. I have no coworkers here. This is where I come to socialize, hang out with friends, get a good workout in, have a good time. So I want to be doing this as long as my body will let me.
Does CrossFit make you cry?
Hell yeah, it makes you cry.
Yeah.
Oh God, I've cried many times this year.
Yeah. You were hurt because of everything?
Oh, well.
Well, why?
Again, I think the psychological aspect of this sport is huge, and you face things in the gym every day that scare you, whether you're scared of them or not. Having an awareness of the fear can be the thing that helps you get past the fear. Just kind of saying to yourself, all right, I know that this scares me. I know the fear is there, and I'm just going to kind of set it aside for a second and let myself go for it anyway. But yeah, frustration, just workouts that come up that just aren't, he programmed one day, and it took me way longer than I thought it should, and I had a little temper tantrum, yeah. Had a little cry fest. But, those are the workouts that really make you an athlete, I think, the ones that make you cry. It's emotional. You're facing something you either aren't ready to face or is pretty big, and but I think what I'm trying to say is those moments are always transformative. Those moments are always, they're always going to push you to the next level. They're always going to make you move past that thing that you never thought you could move past.
So there is crying in CrossFit.
Absolutely. There's no quitting in CrossFit. There's crying in CrossFit for sure.
Why do you do CrossFit?
There's no real one reason why I do CrossFit. I don't know if anybody can do one reason.
Yeah.
For me, and I tell a lot of people this all the time, CrossFit is just a way for me to find my limitations within myself. And whether it be picking up a barbell when you're 5 minutes into an AMRAP, a heavy barbell, and you got to pick it up, or when you're running outside or swimming in here, and you just got to get that one extra lap. You have to really find you know, find out whatever motivates you for that day to get you through it. And that's what it is just finding my limitations and just making them higher and higher and higher for my levels of fitness.